options. All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Mostly Movies podcast with Nick and Christian. He's Nick, I'm Christian, coming to you live from the Airbnb at an undisclosed location. One of the last remaining episodes before I move into the new Airbnb in a couple weeks. So excited about that. By the way, the cleaning fee is going to be hefty getting out of here. I'll never financially recover. It's beyond repair. They don't know it yet, but they're walking into a bombshell.
Are they going to take it out of your deposit, or what's the story there?
No, I didn't put a card down, dude. So I'm pretty much scot free out of here. There's very little recourse, but my overall rating might go down. So
your rating, what is this?
The Airbnb rating.
You get a rating as a stayer?
Oh yeah.
I've never set foot in an Airbnb, nor will I ever. So I have heard nothing but horror stories about it.
No, it's definitely. Yeah, both ways. Yeah. I mean, the people who stay there are pigs. The people who own them are pigs. The whole thing is accessible. They're not here, though. These people are great. But before we get into the movie we're mostly discussing today is Superman. It is Blockbuster summer, as I announced last week. This is the first movie of Blockbuster. Could we get a cheer, an audience applause for Blockbuster summer?
We absolutely can. Let's get that going.
There we go. Blockbuster summer, baby. And I could tell. Wow, okay. What is this, cans?
It's a Wes Anderson film.
I could tell Nick 3 minutes into the movie was already having superhero fatigue, but we'll get into all that. Before we get into all that, guys, please head over to thescreengods.com for all of Nick's latest movie reviews and our full library of past podcast episodes. You can find it all at thescreengods.com, and of course you can find us on YouTube, TikTok, Spotify, IG, and X for other more clips, reels, and other fun content. Constant. Yes, Blockbuster summer, dude. Movie number one. I could tell you got superhero fatigue already.
Well, what makes you say that? Let's get into it, because this is one where I'm not even aware of what I did, but I'm sure I did something.
Nothing at all. It was just an overall vibe that I could feel coming from the seat next to me. And within 30 seconds, you go, just give me crypto.
He's my favorite character, no doubt.
Now, I have to admit that I am a fraud, because it's very well documented on this program. I think I've said multiple times, and probably on old podcasts before Mostly Movies, that I'm done with the superhero movies. I retired from Marvel. I think I specifically said Marvel, so maybe I'm safe.
You might be scot-free in this situation, but I think you are on record also saying it's DC sucks, so I think you're screwed either way.
Yeah, probably. Well,
but you can make the argument that, they went and got a Marvel director, brought him in to kind of help, and
the best Marvel director, by the way.
Right, and so we'll get into that. We'll get into everything. I mean, let's just uncork this bad boy. So it's Blockbuster summer. We're kicking it off with Superman by James Gunn.
The original. Did you know this? The original comic book hero, number one
of all time. I did not know that. If that's
1938.
True. That's a fun fact. He's the actual very first comic ever done with Superman. Well, or ever published. You mean?
Yeah, I mean, either way, I think.
Well, no one would ever know. So probably published.
True.
Like most known.
There's probably one guy who was like, I fucking did it first.
Oh, yeah, it's Cosmo Kramer. He's like, that was my idea.
His fucking, he just couldn't send it fast enough or get it to, I was going to say his horse wasn't fast enough, but there was definitely cars by then. All right, his car wasn't fast enough.
Yeah, it says.
It got lost in the mail.
According to certain sources on the interwebs, in terms of the American comic books, as they are known today, or what people consider to be the golden age of comic books, which started in 1938, then at that moment, that Superman is the first comic character in that regard.
Interesting. And what I get, was it like the animation was comic book style too?
We need to get a comic book expert to tell us, or we'd have to do some R&D. But yeah, like definitely, exactly. Mythbusters, Pawn Stars, all those things. Yeah, good shows. But I guess apparently there were some early comic strips back in like as old in Europe as 1837, but in I guess in the Chicago Tribune in 1902, there was a character called Hugo Hercules, which was kind of a similar kind of Superman-esque, but before Superman.
See, so, that's where you ripped off the idea, Hugo Hercules.
Yeah, no, 100%. There's always someone's ripping someone's idea off.
I guess if you look at like the flip book animation, right? That was kind of the earlier style. It's kind of similar to that because it's frame by frame. So I guess that kind of makes
yeah. But regardless, still one of the earliest comics, definitely in the American golden age of comics. So anyway, so let's hit this. Let's get into it. So what did you think?
I was interested to see. So there was this Superman iteration was different because in the very beginning there is no origin story. So they bypass the usual
trope
origin story trope, and they do this by just giving you a very quick opening frame with just background information, which I like, via just text so you could just read. So basically Superman announced himself 3 years. So it's modern times, 2025. He announced himself 3 years ago. So people know about Superman. People have known about metahumans, they were calling them. So humans with powers, basically. Right. They have been around for a while. And so basically it sets a stage of the world that you're in. And which I was kind of grateful for. I thought, and I was going to get your take on that too. Do people really need an origin story anymore? I'm not sure that they do, but then the argument would be, well, younger kids who don't know who Superman is might need an origin story. So it's kind of interesting. I don't need it. You and I don't need it. Our generation definitely doesn't need it. So I appreciated it. But yeah, like I was saying yesterday, they definitely went full comic book style with this one. The Last Man of Steel was definitely way more gritty. I thought this Superman had a lot more personality. He was a lot more humanized than Henry Cavill was. And again, that's just the tone of the movie that James Gunn goes for. If you've seen any of the Guardians of the Galaxies too, right. They're just fun and kind of silly. But then also they can be, they have really good deep storylines too, which this one, I don't think really got that deep. I think it was kind of surface level. But yeah, Superman was a lot more human in this one. And I like how they showed him just kind of doing like saving like a squirrel and like saving like, just like basic stuff like old school Superman in the comics is like helping old ladies walk across the street. So I kind of appreciated that aspect of it too. I thought all the relationships Superman had were like pretty grounded, so that was pretty cool. The relationship with Lois Lane was the problems they had were pretty realistic. I like how they kind of went down the path of these two people are complete opposites of each other. Should they be together? Should they even try to be together? I thought that was interesting. Lex Luthor was fucking awesome. He was such a jealous crybaby bitch, but then also like just a cold, calculated super billionaire tech villain. And it did get kind of dark, with him killing that one guy who Superman saved, which was kind of funny in the moment because he's just like, I don't have family, I don't have anything, I don't fucking care, I'll die for you, Superman. But yeah, so they did get kind of dark there. We can talk about the CGI. We can talk about, some of the comedy I thought felt kind of flat. I liked what were they calling him? The Justice Gang with Guy Gardner, the Green Lantern. Mr. Terrific probably stole the movie, I think, in a lot of spots. He was basically Robert Downey Jr. from Tropic Thunder, which was
with tech skills.
Yeah. But essentially the same character. So
that's so funny.
It's fucking awesome. Crypto.
Imagine this. Just imagine for a second, real quick, and I'll let you get back to it. Imagine when they went to the actor who did that, which I'm sorry, Mr. Terrific, whoever played him. If they were like, how'd you prepare for the role? He's like, I watched Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder.
I drew inspiration.
That would be so funny to me if he modeled his character after.
He's
blackface, and that would just be so funny. Well, it felt that way, so that's why I'm saying it. It's so funny that you say that because that's exactly what it came across like. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah,
so he stole a lot of the screen.
Every scene he was in. I thought he stole the scene. Stole every scene he was in. Crypto was obviously fantastic. Can't wait to see more Crypto. The only critique the other thing too is like humanization they did of Superman was him just getting his ass beat for a lot of the movie, which is a lot different than normal. And that's kind of thing about, I was always weary about Superman movies, is he is so powerful, he is so strong, he has all these capabilities. It's like, where's really a movie in that?
Right.
You know, it's hard to make a plot out of that and make it interesting because he is that powerful. So,
well, especially if you haven't read the comics, which you and I have not. I mean, if you read the comics, there's plenty of villains that are given in trouble, but we
definitely
just let them.
Right. Well, there's only, but you have to have a, kryptonite, which is, not sold on the black market. If it wasn't had fentanyl in it, maybe that would get him. The 2025
that's the next villain is just fentanyl.
The 2020 man. The next movie would be Lex Luthor cooking up fentanyl laced
on fentanyl
kryptonite.
Yeah.
And that's what does Superman in.
All right, so your critiques are
the kryptonite's a lot stronger these days. No, I was gonna say So I liked how he was struggling a lot of the movie. But what I was gonna say is the lack of just kind of showing what he can really do, which I'm sure in the next movies they will. Yeah, that's kind of only my critique. But yeah, overall I thought it was fun. I liked it.
Sorry, lack of showing what he could do. What did
just
you
like his capabilities? Like, dude, he didn't use his laser eyes that much. Limited. Yeah, limited. And like I said, they just it was more about him finding himself and his balance and trying to balancing his life. They didn't show much of the parents either, although the first scene they showed was really funny with the mom. But the Kents weren't involved that much either in this one. So I expect like the story to be that stuff to be kind of expanded on in the later movies. But yeah, it was not. There was no. I also appreciated the fact that it wasn't about like setting up whatever they have planned out for the next fucking 20 years. It was just kind of a standalone movie, and they just focused on that, which I really liked. But yeah,
awesome. Give me out a heat meter of 5. Blockbuster kickoff. Superman. James Gunn. Give me a heat meter. You can do halves if you want.
I'm gonna go 3, and because what was the last movie I rated? I rated it too high.
F1.
We didn't rate. I don't think we rated that one. I think it was the one before. Oh, it was 28 years later. Yeah, I rated it too high.
Yeah, you gave it a 4.
Yeah, it's too high. Yeah.
It's too high. I was stunned by that one too. I was like, I mean, I liked it, but I don't know if I'd give it a 4.
I found myself smiling a lot during the movie last night. It was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I gave it a 3.
What'd you think of the?
But again, it's just perfect.
How long do you think that runtime was?
I'm going to say right around 2 hours.
2 hours and 9 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
So good.
But that's involving, credits and all that shit. Does that include credits? I've always wondered this.
That's a good question. You should look at that while I'm talking. Like, what does running time include? So, all right. So 3 stars. I think that's a more realistic. Well, get a mic stand. If only you were doing a podcast.
I have one.
We need to get this kid an HD camera, a mic stand. I mean, I bought him a mic stand. He could just put it right there on his Airbnb frame. Anyway, all right, you look that up.
What frame? This frame?
That thing behind you, yeah.
And have it wrap around like
Absolutely.
a Britney mic?
Right next to you. That's right, dude. Like a chipmunk, dude.
Like a Matt Rife?
Yeah, like a Matt Rife. I knew you were going to go there. All right, so while he's doing that, I love when you go first because you save me a lot of breath.
Thank you, gentlemen.
I really do. Yeah, you save me a lot of breath. You say things that are smarter than me, which I got to give you credit for. I really want to piggyback off of what you said about him. Some of the things you liked that I'll jump on. The fact that he wasn't just dominating, right? I think you're right, because it wasn't a super grounded film, as you said. They didn't take the super grounded approach, but they put grounded elements into it. So that was one. Loved it. And then like the relationship with Lois, like you said, it was, I don't know if it was really that deep, but it was like grounded in a very light way. So I liked that. But so a lot of the things you said.
Oh, and Jimmy. I fucking forgot about Jimmy. Sorry.
Yeah. So Jimmy, Fuck. Who is I forget his name, but he is from a bunch of things. You'll know him from the Vacation movie he did with Ed Helms. He was a child actor in the TV show Psych. He pops up and he pops up.
Give him the child actor credits. That'll ring a bell for him.
Well, if there's people who watch Psych was a pretty big show at one time. but I forget his name now.
A procedural, as they call it.
Okay. What is his actor?
I just learned that the other day.
What is called a procedural? What are you talking about?
Like a crime, like how they like Psych or I don't know, The Mentalist or whatever.
They call that a procedural?
I guess so. Yeah, like a crime procedural.
That sounds made up.
It
sounds either made up or you're getting it wrong. I don't know.
It's definitely a term. No. Like CSI Miami, that would be a procedural. They're showing
I know what
evidence collection.
I see what you're. Yeah. Okay, Jimmy Olsen. His name is. Of course it is. His name is Skylar Gisondo. That's his name. Anyway, we don't need to get too deep.
Skylar Gisondo, of course.
He looks like a Skylar.
I gotta turn up the light. I don't.
All right. Anyway, so while he's talking, or while he's doing that, I'll keep talking. So the fact that Superman wasn't just dominating, he was getting beat. I think that conceptually, I like that. Lex Luthor, Nicholas Hoult. I think even been documented on this program as saying I don't know what all the fuss is, all the hype is with that kid. I get it now. He absolutely slaughtered the Lex Luthor role.
Yeah, he was fucking perfect.
It's amazing it's funny that you're bringing this up because we were just talking in one of our previous movies about how Chris Evans just looks the same in every movie, and I can't get past it because he never evolves his face, and so therefore I just go, you're not trying. This movie, I felt that way about Nicholas Hoult a lot too because he's got a baby face, and so it's kind of hard to look past it. In this movie, it worked perfectly because they, the whole bald cap thing and however it worked, but his acting was able to come out, and also he just did a killer job. So really great job. Loved it. And, I'm going to apologize, but I think he's shown that I can understand what the hype is.
His range of emotions, he was just so unhinged.
Yeah, he was great. Yeah, he was great. So, and the Crypto the dog. So I want to talk about Crypto for a second because you didn't touch too much on him. There was a moment in the movie where one of Lex's right hand, she's called the engineer, which her character is weird. We'll get into that. But she's some sort of computer-generated biped who's in human form who can shape-shift with nanobots. I mean, we'll get into this. But she throws a bunch of nano microbots, and it encases Crypto the dog's head to the point where it looks like he's going to get suffocated by these little nanobots. And the way they filmed that was like, for some reason, I looked at Christian and I said, I don't really care for that. I didn't like that because it looked like they hurt the dog. And I was like, that's pretty funny to me that I care about this CGI dog at all.
And it was very much CGI, by the way.
And I think it was unapologetically CGI, which is why I appreciated it, because it was like, you're not trying, unlike what me and Christian talk about with Lion King, where they're trying to make the lions look real that aren't real look real. This was like, nope, this is absolutely a super dog. We don't need to make it look real. It's a super dog. It's a comic. It could just be what it is. But they gave him a bunch of very relatable traits to like even my dog that they have. Like the way that there's a scene where Superman wakes up at his parents' house, and Crypto's just on he's laying on his stomach and chest, looking at him and wagging his tail. And that's what my dog does every day. So it was just very relatable things like that. So I thought that was pretty cool.
They should have had Crypto talk and had Danny DeVito voice him.
Oh, God, Danny DeVito, that'd be terrible. That would be awful.
That'd be great.
Anyway, so we'll get into a couple of things that I didn't care for. Or at least didn't understand. That kind of left me a little bit like, this is weird. Although Superman was getting beat, he had this very weird, overly positive personality. So he's getting beat, but while he's getting beat, he's making jokes and smiling pretty much throughout the entire thing.
He's Andrew Luck.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. Hey, way to go, 24. Yeah, he's patting his villains on the ass, saying great work.
Great sex.
Like, yeah, it was bizarre because it didn't align. It was like you're getting beat, and I'm not feeling like you're getting beat, which kind of takes the purpose away a little bit for me. So I didn't love that, and because of that, I don't know if it was the decision to do it to write it that way, or if it was the actor's overall face. But the actor who plays Superman is
David Cornsweet.
David something, right? David
Cornsweet.
Hornswoggle. I'm just kidding. David Cornsweet. Yeah. Is he American?
I think he is, actually, believe it or not.
I would like to see, yeah, he's from Pennsylvania. Great. I'd love to see an American play an American hero. That'd be great. So, anyway, so I don't know if it's necessarily his fault, but he was just overly smiley and overly, nothing ever got to him, which would have been fine, except he was supposed to be getting beat. And so that was weird. So I didn't love that. And then the fight scenes were mixed bag for me. Some of them were awesome, specifically the one with Mr. Terrific and his discs where they're walking through that to get to the portal, and he just like normally when one hero obliterates 47 guys, you roll your eyes and go, okay. In this one, I went, yeah, love it. It made total sense, and it was awesome, and the way they did that was great. And then there was a couple of the fight scenes with Superman were, I don't know, just almost completely unnecessary. Like the one where Lex Luthor is trying to distract him with this giant, big monster-looking thing.
Yeah, that I didn't care for. That whole thing was interesting.
Yeah, well, I think it was just it's just poor execution. Because the whole point was to distract Superman so that he wouldn't know that Lex Luthor was rummaging through his ice house. But I think it was just the decisions of this little monster that turned into a big. It was giving me Ghostbuster vibes. I'm like, is this Marshmallow Man up here? Like he's growing and he starts small and he ends up. It was dumb. So that one I didn't love, and then I think there was one other point that the Justice Gang. So heading into this movie, my biggest concern was Nathan Fillion and his stupid bowl cut. I thought that was going to be a much bigger problem than it turned out to be. So I give him a pass because they acknowledged it in the movie. What's her name? Lois Lane says something about you should reconsider your haircut or something, or your haircut's stupid, whatever it was, which I said, great. James Gunn has acknowledged that this haircut is stupid. It was almost like James Gunn was like, I really don't want to put this guy's haircut in the movie. And the DC people were like, you have to. That's the character.
If you look at Guy Gardner, I saw a picture of the comic. He doesn't even have a bowl cut.
It's like
a crew cut. Oh yeah, wait, no. This one has a bowl cut.
It's more like a.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely wrong. Oh wait, no. This one he has like a crew cut.
Well, obviously there's multiple versions of this here, and I'll share my screen for the listeners because not everyone is going to know what I'm talking about here. But and you sent me this actually before. You sent me this the moment I was complaining about this. So you guys can see this is the character they're basing it off of. And so it's just terrible in the movie. So I was totally okay with it. I was like,
yeah, it wasn't as Simple Jack it's
Simple Jack. Anyway, so we're annoyed with Hawk Girl's character for her at all. I didn't care for the writing of her. I didn't care for her costume. I didn't care for her, just even the way it was executed.
Shrieking.
The shrieking was weird. I didn't get it. So I didn't, and my kids are probably going to be mad because they like that actress. I think Isabella Merced, I think is her name.
She's the girl from Sicario 2, the little girl.
Well, yeah, most people won't even know. You're bringing up childhood credits.
We're doing words.
We're doing. She's. I think she's actually from Instant Family. I think is where.
Yeah, she's from that too.
Yeah. And I think she did the Dora the Explorer, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
Yes, you're right. 3 for 3.
Yeah. And then I think
every
the
time,
last
if
one.
I'm not mistaken.
If we go for 4, I think she was in Alien Romulus. Was the last thing we saw her in. Am I 4 for 4?
What's her name? Are you not looking at this? Are you just freestyling this?
I'm freestyling, bro. I just freestyled all those. Yep, I nailed it. Instant Family, Dora the Explorer, Alien Romulus, and apparently she was also in Madam Web, which I never saw. And she's in a movie called Turtles All the Way Down, which you will never see in a million years, but my kids love that movie.
Turtles All the Way Down?
It's a teen romance movie and drama.
Isabel Merced. She looks like the girl from Thunderbolts, kind of, but Latina.
Yeah, it's not. You're talking about Florence Pugh?
Yeah.
Well, light. I was like, what? Well, lightweight, except she's, you're right. Latina and not, British, so it's a little weird, but I get what your point is. Oh, that's the other thing. She's in The Last of Us, which is all the rage right now, if you're in that age group.
That's where she's from.
Where you know her from.
Well, I'm sticking with Sicario, too.
I've been not sharing. And she's in Sicario, too. So we nailed it. We know our Isabella Merced credits, apparently. We're really good at it. Anyway, I did not love the hot girl character. You could remove her from the movie.
I liked her better than the engineer.
Yeah, let's talk about the engineer, because that's the last. Actually, I'll let you talk about the engineer, but here's going to be my overall take on the movie. I'm going to give it a 3 as well. But I will honestly admit, some of it is I struggle with the Superman verse, we'll call it, the Superverse. I think I was telling Jamie this, my wife, when we got home. I think one of the reasons I struggle with that whole thing is I like the ground, not even that it's grounded, but the superheroes where, like, Batman is just a guy. And Spider-Man, although he gets superpowers, the origin story is he's a human first. And so that story resonates.
Tread lightly.
Right. Yeah.
Superman is an immigrant, bro.
Yeah, oh jeez.
I also like how they try to just shoehorn in the Israel-Palestine conflict too, subtly.
Yeah, not so subtly. Yeah, it was pretty funny. But anyway, so because of that, my lack of interest in the space, and I don't even like, even with Spider-Man, when they start getting into the multiverse, I get a headache.
Yeah, you're not an guy.
I don't love it. It's too convoluted. It's a stretch for me. Now, some people love it because it's way more fantasy, which I totally admit. It's not for me as much.
Let's start talking about an interdimensional kegger.
Yeah, I mean Interstellar. Now I get it, but no. But like, there's the pocket universe in this one. There's like, and then that leads me. Tee this up for you. Let me tee this up for you. Then you get into the engineer. And the engineer, to me, was the cheesiest, even more so than Superman. Like, her acting, whoever that actress was, that character was poor. Did not care for it. So go ahead, get into the engineer.
There's way too much girl bossing on her end, and also like they didn't explain their powers appropriately, or maybe you and I are just stupid, which we are stupid. It's very well documented on the program, but yeah, they didn't explain her powers, and it seemed like she could just do anything.
It was basically she's an ultimate shapeshifter is basically what it is. But actually, I appreciate you saying that, because I was trying to figure out why I was so annoyed with it, and I think you just nailed it. They didn't explain anything about her. He just said, this is my engineer, and then that's it.
She was basically like an adapter with all the different ports on it, like the USB-C, the old the C charger, the lightning cable. She was basically...
And she's ready to evolve into the next one. Whatever the next one is that we don't even know about, she's ready for it.
She's the fucking cigarette lighter with every charging port you fucking need.
Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah, I just think she was like kind of overacting at some parts, like just trying to be too menacing at some point. So yeah, I agree. The acting was just kind of poor on her end. What did you think about the fisheye lens on the flying? I don't know how I can't decide. What Superman
I think the fact that my face is not really processing what you're saying tells me that it wasn't material enough for me to even notice.
Like, so when they would show Superman flying, the front facing view was kind of like that, like wobbly,
like a little off center, or
I guess.
I mean, I know what fisheye is, but that's not what I think of when you're explaining.
I don't know. He kind of just looked like a bird. Like, I don't know.
So I'll say this. I'll just give you my take on the whole flying.
Did you like how they filmed the flying scenes? I guess is what I should say.
No, but not because because again, I think it wasn't. That was one of the areas where they chose to not be grounded. They went, we're going superhero-y.
You have to. You know,
okay.
Like,
sort of, but maybe not. Tell me what you think of this. It's a rebuttal question. Could care less about the angle about how he was filmed, but the fact that he's doing, and I get why they do it. So comic purists, I get it. The whole fist out.
I was gonna say, does it look worse fists out or fists back? Like,
I think
if he's just snaking it.
I think they just lean. Just full on, yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like someone should figure out how to do this, and they haven't figured it out yet.
I think being comic accurate, it is fists out.
Totally, yeah,
right,
exactly, yep.
Yeah, I agree. There's just really no way to make it look cool, I guess.
Well, there might be. I just don't think anyone's solved it yet.
I don't know. I think Man of Steel made it probably look the coolest. Also, he wasn't wearing
full transparency. I haven't seen Man of Steel, which is the Henry Cavill one, right?
Yeah. And that one though, he wasn't wearing the red underpants either, and it's also tough. And that's what I was saying. Like this one, they just went full comic book, which I like. I liked how they portrayed Metropolis. It looked, fun, vibrant, alive. I thought all that was cool. But the other thing too is like, there's like rumors they're gonna mix this universe with the Robert Pattinson Batman, and I'm like, there's no way to mix those two things together. The vibes are, I guess if anything, it just detracts or puts all the rumors to bed that they were going to do that, because if they did it, I don't see it. Especially with who David Cornsweet's portrayal of Clark Kent just being like this nerdy, goofy, kid who kind of even throws tantrums at times.
Yeah,
it's like he's a grown man, but he's stuck in like a 16-year-old or a 17-year-old's body.
And not even 17. Thank you for bringing that up, because that's kind of my last thing that I didn't care for, which is why it's getting a 3 on the heat meter. It was uneven for me. You can't go, like, as a human, like you said,
he's inserting himself in a geopolitical crisis, so...
Right. Well, like he's impish, right? Well, I think that's the term. He's impish. He's like an 11 or 12-year-old.
I like it.
And then when he's fighting and whatever, it's almost like he morphs into, and that's how he's portraying it, right? He's this naive superhero. And because he's so naive, it's to your point, it's hard to be like, all right, well, now he's inserting himself in political things, and he's like, he doesn't come across very smart. Which that's the part that is weird, because he's supposed to be a journalist by day, and he's supposed to look smart and be smart, and he isn't smart even when he is Clark Kent. So you're just kind of like, it's weird.
I'll say immature. I'm not gonna say not smart. I'll say immature. Also, the part that they also glazed over was the glasses part, because
I thought they were gonna really go deep on that, because I was excited about the explanation.
And they didn't show how everybody else sees how he looks.
Missed opportunity. Yep.
But is the way they portrayed him with the nerd glasses, is that how he looks to other people, and other people are still just like, sure, like we're gonna pretend like that's not Superman? I don't.
No, because obviously he still looks like Superman. So
like, what does he look like with the glasses? It just like,
well, that's what you're saying, is we want to see it, because I thought it was going to be he looks different for every person, right?
Yeah,
based on the hypno glasses. But that's the first time I've ever heard that explanation, because early in the movie, and maybe this is the vibe you were getting when you were like, I think Nick's over the superhero thing. It's when they were like, he's putting the glasses on, and I just looked at you like, yeah, that'll do it. Like, you're not fooling anyone. But then, like, it was not even 10 minutes later when they brought up the hypno thing, and I was like, oh, okay, they're going to explain this. And then they didn't, which annoyed me. So
I get they did, but just very quickly. But
no, I wanted to see it.
Yeah, I wanted to see it too. It'd be funny if he looked like Terry Crews or something.
Even if it was, I really thought they were going to do it with just Lex Luthor. I think it didn't need to be a bunch of them. It could have either been just Lois Lane, or it could have been just Lex Luthor. It didn't have to be multiple people, but just to give us a taste.
Also, Lois knows he's Superman, so she knows what I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. They should have
confused me.
But anyway.
It'd be funny if he looked like, who's the ginger guy in Vegas who does the prop comedy?
Carrot Top.
Yeah, that'd be funny if he just looked like Carrot Top with the glasses on.
Anyway, all right. So overall, entertaining, but I think we can only go up from here in terms of blockbusters. The next one to come out is What are we thinking next week? Because I want to.
I think it's Fantastic Four. No, I think we get a break. Hold on.
Eddington is coming out.
Yeah, and then I think after that it's Fantastic Four.
Well, these things are all just dropping. I mean, we're not going to see. You and I are not going to see. I know what you did last summer, but
no, we're not.
I'll see that with the
Eddington opens Friday. Fantastic Four July 25th. So yeah.
Oh, okay, we got time. All
so
right,
we get a break from the superhero, and then Eddington.
Unfortunately, we don't get a break from Pedro Pascal, but I think we could just the whole summer is going to be
good
that,
point.
So.
It is actually it's Pedro Pascal summer. Which it's been the Pedro Pascal summer for the last 3 summers.
3 summers, I know. God.
But Eddington looks. I'm excited for that. It looks fucking batshit crazy. It looks batshit crazy.
It could be not good, but it could also be really good. So we'll see.
Those are those.
This is.
No, I get what. I don't know. It could be also one of those. It's great up and then has a really stupid ending. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
You're gonna say long legs again, aren't you? God,
I'm going long legs. It's long legs. No, I don't know. The action looks great. The ending seems like it's gonna be fucking insane. So I'm hyped for that one. But
Superman, by the way, in case you guys are curious, is getting a 7.6 out of 10 on IMDb, 109,000 reviews. So I would say 7.5 on their meter is the same as a 3 on ours. So I think we're vibing.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the consensus of it. I thought people were gonna suck it off, but not really though. Not really.
Why did you think that? Assuming I know.
It's just because I mean, it's Superman. It's Superman. It's the first movie of the new DC universe. I don't know. I think comic book movie fans are very protective of and afraid to really criticize them when they are dog shit. Except on, I guess, on X, the Everything app, people go pretty hard. But that's what the app is for, is just hating on everything.
Well, I guess I understand what you're saying, but I feel like in the comic verse, no one's afraid to criticize DC. They do it every time. So Marvel, DC gets a lot of,
and rightfully so. Though a lot of the times it's been shitty. I mean, Jesus Christ, what was the one with Aaron Taylor Johnson we saw?
You didn't like that one, Kraven?
I mean,
I think that's Marvel, isn't it?
Oh shit, it is Marvel. Fuck, it's Sony though. That's what I was thinking.
Oh yeah, that was your hybrid.
I'll see myself out.
Venom / whatever. I actually didn't hate that movie as much as you.
I didn't hate it. No, I didn't hate it, but
I actually think
it's not a good movie.
I actually think no, and most of these comic movies aren't. That's why Thunderbolts was so. I thought I was really impressed with that. And then this one wasn't that bad. I mean, honestly, a 3 for us is pretty good. And I mean, let's do this. Let's ask this question. Of all the comic movies you've ever seen, which you've seen a lot of them, what do you think is the best one?
It's got to be one of the Christopher Nolan ones. I mean, that's the best trilogy by far.
The Dark Knight, you mean?
Yeah. That's definitely up there. Then
okay, let's go
from Marvel.
Let's go Marvel. Yeah.
Yeah, the Guardians of the Galaxy. I think all 3 of those are far and away the best out of any of them. Maybe the first Iron Man's great. The original Iron Man from 2008 is probably my favorite of the old ones. And then it kind of just goes downhill from there. Maybe the first Avengers, because that was the first time it's ever been done. I don't know. I mean, definitely. I mean, I'm going to go Chris Nolan on that.
It's funny. It's funny to think about how long we've been doing this now, because do you remember what the very first kind of Marvel movie was? Do you remember, or one of the very first ones?
I think it was Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton.
I think you're right about that. Let me take a look. But the one that really took off, though, was the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, which was back in 2002, right. Which that movie was actually, I mean, I thought it was good, but who knows if I watched it back now, I don't know how well it holds up. But just think about that. It's been 23 years since that movie. That's how long we've been doing these. I mean, it's just crazy to me how long these have been going. And actually, the Hulk with Edward Norton.
There was another one with Eric Bana, too.
Eric Bana came out in 2003, so that was after Spider-Man. Which one is Edward Norton? Let's see. That one.
See,
2008. So 2003 was. So yeah, Spider-Man. The Tobey Maguire Spider-Man's actually really the first one. So.
And then they rebooted the Hulk for the new Marvel phase, which started with Iron Man in 2008. So
right.
I wonder why Edward Norton, didn't get involved or got out of that.
Yeah, who knows? Anyway, all right. So that's enough of that. Let's get into something else. What stinks this week, or what do you got to share this week?
Well,
what do you want to talk about, bro?
Well, first off, I went and played pickleball yesterday. Boy, let me tell you, the kid is hemmed up. My sciatica is out of control. Both my butt cheeks just feel like they're on fire. I can't move. I haven't moved like that in years, and as good a shape as I thought I was in, I was actually, during it, I was fine. But today I woke up, and I was not fine at all. And I was at an open run pickleball, which is what we call it. So
yeah, can you explain how you're getting into pickleball? Who do you know that is playing pickleball, and how did you get involved?
My job has a pickleball league, not a league, but pickleball option, I guess. And so Tuesday through Thursday, 9 to 11, they have open run pickleball. So you can just show up. We even have paddles that you can just use. Right. And you can just go play pickleball with just other members from the gym.
So did you play single?
No, we play doubles. You always play.
So who did you play doubles with?
So a couple of my coworkers were out there, and then just other members from the gym who go to that. Right. Go to the gym. So, but it's a lot of older people, which was my point. I was getting absolutely smoked.
Dog walked, dude.
People in their the head of the pickleball department, or one of them, she's like in her 60s.
The head of the pickleball department. I love that. That's okay. Keep going.
Yeah, she's like in her 60s. Her backhand is absolutely nasty. Had me running all over the goddamn court, dude. It was fucking crazy.
Filthy backhand from. And then this is Sonia with the Sonia slice.
No, it was a lot of fun. I'm pretty hooked. I think I'm gonna be playing a lot of pickleball going forward. It's my new career path, I think.
Well, thanks for the invite.
If I can take it,
I would love to get into pickleball.
Have you played pickleball?
In high school.
Yeah, that was the last time I played.
Jordan and Connor, our daughter and her boyfriend, have a pickleball court at their apartment.
We got to go. It's on.
Yeah, I don't have any equipment. So
I know, me either. I got to get a paddle, and it's funny. The balls come in that same container like tennis balls, but they're wiffle balls, which is really funny.
Why are they pressurized?
I don't know if they're pressurized, but
they're absolutely not pressurized.
They might be pressurized. That'd be really funny if they were. No, but I had a blast. But yeah, I am absolutely completely fucking wrecked
I
today.
would love to play. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, we got to get out there. It's a lot of fun.
It's basically like big table tennis, basically, right? It's kind of
it's basically ping pong.
Big ping pong. Yeah.
Yeah. What stinks this week? We're back in the All-Star season. MLB. The MLB All-Star Game was this week, but what stinks this week for me is they also had the celebrity golf tournament in Lake Tahoe this past weekend.
Right, at Edgewood.
I am so tired of celebrities throwing football or athletes bringing out the football during these types of events, and everybody have to be wowed every single time a fan throws Steph Curry a fucking football on the green and he throws a football back to the stands and the fucking broadcast team goes fucking bananas. Everybody in the crowd goes bananas. And they did this at the MLB All-Star Game too. The players are warming up. They bring out the football.
What do you hate more, the football throwing or the when they wheel out the basketball, the huffy basketball rim off the tee box and make him shoot it? And what do you hate more?
He makes a 15-foot jumper and everyone goes, oh my God, that's why he's Steph Curry. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude. But it was the same thing at the MLB All-Star Game. They brought out the football and I was just like, dude, can we? It's like they're just everyday guys. They can throw any ball. Yeah, it annoys me. But
those guys are unbelievable.
The MLB All-Star Game aired on a Tuesday night in the middle of July, which is so fucking funny. It's like they obviously, I don't know, they just need to can every single fucking All-Star game. But you know what they did last night? I don't know if you tuned in, which by the way, it was in Atlanta. So it started
it was in Atlanta.
Started at 8:00 at night.
Yeah.
And the seats I think were going for $800 on average. So yeah, just a completely, and also there was nothing going on this past Sunday night, but they're like, no, we're not going to do that. Put it on a fucking Tuesday evening. So the game ended in a tie, and instead of going into extra innings, they did a mini home
swing off.
Yeah, home run derby to decide the game, and that
I loved that.
Was pretty fucking cool. The only problem was that Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani were on a private jet back to their respected cities by the end of the game, so they weren't available. Which I guess is something the MLB didn't think about because this is the first year they've done this.
Also they were like, no one's expecting it, you know.
But it's funny to like invent that new rule, and then it comes to fruition, of course, and then the two best hitters are out
for
of the building.
AL. Shohei's in the NL, so at least it was fair on both sides.
Yeah. But that I didn't know. Like that was hilarious. When I found that out, it was so funny. I was like, oh, after they play, they just leave.
Well, they gotta get back. They gotta get back with the team, dude, because they got games coming up.
I guess, but it's just such a no one gives a fuck about it.
I will say, so a couple things on MLB. I'm glad you brought this up. There was a graphic today that showed the comparison. And I don't have it, unfortunately. All-Star games. That's terrible typing. I basically spelled every one of those words wrong. But there was a graphic that was on socials that was talking about how the different All-Star festivities in the past year compared. So it was like MLB had the most viewers of all of them, which was like 7-point-something million, which is saying something because, like you said, it was on a Tuesday night. And
that
then
was
all the
night?
Other ones, and then all the other ones are even worse. So like the NBA is hot garbage. We know
the
about
Pro
the Pro
Bowl
Bowl
is a fucking disaster.
Yeah, we know it's a joke.
They're all
a joke.
The game last night was the 6-0 game, and then the AL comes all the way back to tie it, and then it wasn't a bad game, but but
in general,
crazy.
So and then it got down to the NHL one, and it just said scrap the entire thing because the NHL I think they got rid of it of the All-Star game.
They just do a mini tournament now, which last year that was fucking sick. It was USA versus Canada, and that was tight.
Yeah, interesting strategy, but I just don't understand. So to your point about what stinks this week is. It's like, why is that? And we know the answer, right? It has to do with contracts and injuries. It has to do with all of that. It's the business side of it. That's what's causing this. But then do something else, right? Do something else where there's no game and there's just a skills competition, or do something where you get something out of it. Bring some stakes that, I don't know.
Bring some stakes?
Yeah.
Like grill?
Like Omaha. Yeah, Omaha steaks. No. Bring some stakes to the game, dude. Like, there's got to be stakes. You can't just the only thing going on with the MLB, at least they have something, right? Which is, I guess, whoever wins that game is where the World Series is played, right? Is that still the thing?
They get home field advantage.
Home field advantage, which at least there's something to it,
right? Their problem is they just put it on a Sunday night.
Well, and obviously there's other problems that I've heard this week to your point about this, right? Like, what's his name? Trey Turner was blasting because apparently some rookie played 4 games and was voted in as an All-Star. Yeah. Something like that. And so there's clearly broken. The things are broken.
The voting process, I couldn't even explain it to you. It's so fucking, I don't know who gets to vote. I think fans get a vote for some people.
Well, the fans get to vote.
The coaches get a vote for other people. The whole thing's fucking out to lunch.
Yeah, it's like trying to figure out the NCAA tournament standings.
Yeah,
no idea.
Or like a pocket universe.
Dude, that's exactly. Oh, my head hurts. Yeah, that's perfect.
I did really like that scene, though. Actually, I enjoyed it very much. I thought it was pretty cool.
The execution of the scene was good.
I gotta get your take on this. Okay. I don't know if you heard about this, but so there's a fan at an MLB game. I believe it was White Sox Cardinals like a week ago. He apparently made a joke about the shortstop's, the Cardinals' second baseman or shortstop's mother. He said, he said, I texted your mom last night. Turns out the second baseman's mother died in a car accident 8 years prior. Now, I don't know if the fan knew this, and I want to be sensitive to this because I don't know what it feels like to lose a parent. I have no idea what it feels like. So I want to try and be sensitive to this. But so he makes that joke, and the second baseman starts crying mid-game, and the fan gets ejected, and he gets banned for life from any future MLB game.
So I did hear about a fan getting banned for life. I had no idea. I didn't dig deeper than that it was because of that. No idea.
I got to get your take on it because I feel like that's kind of overkill. And again, I don't know what it feels like to lose a parent, but I just feel like if you're getting paid $100 million to play baseball, you can't just break down and cry on the. And it wasn't like it was last week. It was 8 fucking. I don't know.
So
my take is though, if this fan did his research and actually knew this, and I mean, obviously, I would never. It's a bad joke. It's terrible. But if he did that research, that's crazy. I mean, that's just insane research to do. Like, that's just crazy shit talking. But two, if he didn't know that his mom died in a car accident, he was just like, hey, 22, I texted your mom last night. That would be so fucking funny.
That would be so funny.
Someone in the stands to turn around and be like, dude, his mom's fucking dead, bro. She died in a horrific car crash.
Well, first of all, no one in the stands is gonna know, no one in the stands is even gonna know that. You have to be the biggest. You have to be the biggest Marte fan, which is the player you're talking about, Ketel Marte, right, or Ketel Marte, to even know that. Okay, so I have 2 immediate thoughts. I think this absolutely comes down to some comments. So I have no.
He said, hey, I texted your mom last night. That's what I got.
Show me the audio. Then I would be my take. Like,
that's what ChatGPT said. That's what I pulled from the article.
Well, then it must be true.
Well, I mean, it pulled it from some articles. So.
Well, yeah, but so let's operate under the assumption that is what happened from my first take. Then I think this is insane. The amount of things that are said at sporting events that are a billion times worse than this. And also, these are grown athletes. I have seen our nephew be in Pop Warner football saying worse things than that. So right. It's crazy that an adult athlete who has been in locker room settings his whole life, 8 years post, would react that way.
They had to stop the game.
In terms of breaking it down. Yeah, now, the high level take, right? That's me and you going, I feel like that's a pretty incredible reaction. Now, we got to be sensitive to the mental health side of things and what does it mean, and everybody's different because that's the world we're living in 2025. But I do think that's insane. Like, so let's put aside how he reacted, because that's their own bag of chips. But banning the fan to never come back to a game, that's crazy. I think you could just simply say, you can't make comments like that.
Yeah, take him out of the game.
This is take him out, and then say, if it happens again, if we catch you again doing it, then we're going to ban you then. But to just go, you're out, dude. Like, that's crazy. And did the MLB ban him or just the Diamondbacks?
No, he can't go to any baseball game league-wide.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's bananas. Because people are saying stuff like that left and right. So
I brought this up at the bar the other day, and it was not well received.
They didn't agree with us.
No, I don't think it was really well received. One of the comments being, do you still have your mom? And I go, yeah. And they go, well, you're lucky. I go, okay. But here's the thing.
This is not what it's about. It's not about how it hit him. It's about the punishment's not fitting the crime. That's, to me, what this is about.
This guy was probably, I'm going to venture to say, not even on the Diamondbacks 8 years ago. So how did the fans around him know how fucked up the comment was? Like, that's what I'm not understanding. But it's just I would have just loved to be right next to him and then just see everybody's reaction and just being like, yo, that's really fucked up, man. You can't say that. Fuck.
But is that really that messed up? I mean, again, I want to go back to the culture of sports.
What I'm saying.
Saying your mom. Okay, I'll give you guys a real cool comparison. About 5 weeks ago, at a family barbecue we had, I think it was Mother's Day. It was something though. We had a family barbecue at our parents' house. There's been a lot. My girls had a friend over, and her name is Carly, little Carly, and she is a 17-year-old high school student, and she was making your mom jokes to me because she thought it was funny, and they were funny, and so that's the part that I'm not understanding.
That's
crazy.
What I'm saying. It seems like he just made an drunken comment. Like that's kind of what it sounds like. Yo, I called your mom last night.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then it just literally becoming a car crash for him in real time.
Yeah, man.
He hit a wall going 70 miles an hour.
He had no idea what.
That's what I mean.
This is and again, we're trying not to be insensitive. Look, you don't know how someone's going to react to something like that, but also everyone's allowed to make a mistake, or at least to kind of put their foot in their mouth and go, crap, right? It's like
these are the situations we need to let the court of public opinion handle.
Yes.
Or this is why we need to let athletes fight fans, because if he's
Ron Artest is in the stands.
If he said this to him on the street, it's a fightable offense, right? If you make a comment about my dead mom on the street, it's at least justified for me to at least try and fight you, I think.
No. You can't swing on anyone because of words. It's free.
Oh,
freedom
I
of
know,
speech.
but I'm just saying if someone got into a fight and you're like, well, what happened? It's like, well, he's talking about my dead mom. You would go, okay, yeah, I get it.
And again,
you know what I mean?
Is my point. So again, this is such a great topic.
The fans should have picked his body up and crowd surfed him down all the way to the field.
Down to the field and let Martell
just fucking tee off on it. But even so, I don't think the fan knew. I think he was
that's what I'm saying.
It's like, I'm sorry.
And look, at least in that scenario too, that response, and I think this is really what's kind of throwing a wrench in my connection to the story for him, is if he would have gotten mad and went into the stands and was like jawing back at the fan, right, that response makes so much more sense to me.
Right.
To break down, lose your shit, and then because here's what I'm getting at. I think the reason he's been banned for life is because the kid had a mental breakdown. I think that's what's happening. It's because he's crying and they had to stop a game. Versus if he was just jawing at the fan, which probably happens every day, because I've heard people talking to fans at River Cats games in the outfield saying some crap. Have you seen the guy on Instagram or on TikTok that just yells shit to the?
I'm sure.
But he does really funny things. So he'll scream. He's actually pretty funny. He's a Giants fan, and he goes into the bleachers and he'll be like, "Hey, 23, I bet you don't wash your hands after you go to the bathroom."
Right.
He'll just, have you seen this guy?
Silly stuff. Yeah.
Silly stuff. Some of the things he's saying are like,
it's so funny too, because anybody who talks shit to a player, they do so with the intention because they want to fire that guy up, and they want that guy to talk shit back to him. They want to get into a back and forth, and to say something like that to a guy and he just starts crying and you're just like, fuck, man. No, that's not what I wanted. No, you're supposed to fuck me back. You're supposed to say fuck me, fuck you.
Yeah,
fuck
he was expecting him to he was expecting to get what I just said, right?
He just starts crying and has a breakdown. He's like, oh my God.
That's so, I mean, he probably feels.
And then the CIA comes and just sweeps you up, and next thing you know, you're fucking out of there. It's just such a funny chain of events, dude.
Yeah, this is good because I actually didn't know that was the reason for the ban. I thought it was.
People at the bar were like looking at me like I'm a monster. I'm like, listen, I have full
when you
sympathy.
Say people at the bar, how many people did you talk to and gave you an actual response? 2?
1 customer, 1 coworker. That's it. 2 people.
Male or female?
1 of each.
All right. Not a big enough sample size.
Well, man, to be fair, I didn't know any of the context. I didn't know what he said at that point. All I knew was what I knew was he made a dead mom joke. So that's how I phrased it. So that's why I look like an asshole. But if I had known what I know now, I could have explained it and articulated it better.
Right. So you
sense.
went hard against it, even thinking that he knew about the dead mom. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I can see why. Okay, then I can see why they might look at you a little sideways. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like you're saying, everything is above board. I mean, dude, Mexico got banned from like FIFA because their fans are so racist. They can't even go to the games. Like, I don't know, just a lot worse things have been said, I feel like, they have been. A lot worse things have been said. And especially all he said was like, I texted your mom last night. Like, that's not even that bad.
Yeah, to me, I feel like at least they should have given the fan a chance to apologize and just say that was
Yeah, I don't know how he reacted either. If he was a dick about it or if he doubled down, I don't know how he reacted either. So maybe he reacted poorly as well.
Right.
Maybe he just doubled down and he was like, look at him. He's crying now. Look, everybody.
Oh, my God.
I asked him, I texted his mom last night. He's fucking crying. Everyone's just like, dude, it's just quiet, dead quiet. It's just bombing.
Well, and here's another thing, too. I mean, and look, it's different when you're.
Oh, the little baby's crying now.
Oh,
the coach has to look at it. His coach has to come out and console him. What a fucking bum.
Yeah, he's just dead, dude. Well, that's the thing, right? In New York and Chicago, this doesn't surprise me. What? This is the type of shit that they do. You go into Philly, they say terrible things. Terrible things.
Yo, 22, I sucked your mom's tits last night.
Jesus. Holy cow. And here's another thing. So I'm looking at this now. This is a 22-year-old kid. This is not like a 35-year-old man. This is a kid who's still learning. So I don't love it. That's my response. No, the fan.
Okay.
The fan's 22 years old, dude. Think about how stupid you were. Well, think about how stupid you are now.
I know.
Think about the things that you said at 22.
I'm glad I've never been that guy at a sporting event to do that. That's one thing I am proud of. I'm not a heckler.
No, you do. Christian has a purely only heckle the other fans policy. Love the story you told me about the young buck that was on a date and poked you in the back at a basketball game and said, "Hey, dude, can you stop standing up after every basket?" Remember that?
I have fiery
at the
passion.
Kings game, right? And then he touched you, and that was the end of that.
Well. Yeah, I mean, what do we?
Yeah, no, I'm with you, man. I just love the story.
And I started crying. I broke down in my seat, and
he didn't know what you were going through. Yeah, I got you.
Also, I didn't understand the etiquette back then. I'm an animal. All right, I get it now. You can't stand up on every play. It's fine. But
no, I feel like that you were fine, and that kid was just trying to show off for his little girl.
Yeah, there's
anyway.
That too.
All right, so let's pivot to me. You've had a lot of airtime, and we're already at an hour 6.
I'm a content machine. What can I say?
I'm gonna say something cool. It's not what stinks this week indirectly. It's actually kind of a cool thing. So we had our daughter's baptism last weekend at your house, actually, and or your Airbnb, and you were not able to make it because you were too busy playing pickleball, I think, is what was happening.
No, I was working.
You had to go to work. But anyway. One of our daughter's cousins on her birth father's side, because this is my stepdaughter, she's a film student. And she and her family, they didn't know a lot of people there, right? Because there's a big mix of people at this baptism, a ton. I mean, it was a great turnout, man. It was like 50 people. It's crazy. Really, really cool. Really, really cool event. But so their family was kind of in the corner, and I wanted to go say hi to him and talk with him. And I haven't really talked to her cousin all that much. I talked to her aunt, who lives actually just not too far from us.
I have anxiety just hearing this.
Well, anyway.
I could never.
What do you mean? The amount of people?
No, just going up and just making conversation.
Well, so that's so funny you say that. It's so funny you say that. Okay, this is perfect. I am normally not that guy. You and I both are very weird. You're a little bit more extroverted than me, but we're both extrovert introverts, which on one hand makes us very malleable, so we could be chameleons and we can get by, right? We're very well adjusted, but we don't love it. Like, I do not love small talking at all. So, enter the story here. I know that she kind of studies film, And somehow we got on the topic. I said, what's going on with you guys? And did the whole, just talk to me, what's going on? And the thing that we hate doing. And I wanted them to feel comfortable because they didn't know anybody. And I felt bad because that's how you or I would be. We would be in the corner, like just looking at each other, like, get me 100%. Out of here. So that's where the mutual respect comes in. And so we started talking, and she's a film student, goes to San Francisco University now for film. And she makes movies, like she wants to be a filmmaker. And so we got into some things, and we talked for like 45 minutes to an hour. And I asked her, tell me what you think about Wes Anderson. Because we don't know any film students. Me and my brother don't know shit about filmmaking. We've never made a film. We've never edited a film. We've never been near a production of a film. I've never been on set. I don't know anything. I told her about our podcast, and I said, we come at it from an audience member angle. And we had a great conversation, and she was very into it, and was like, she was even like, dude, I'll come on your podcast and talk about movies if you guys want. So that'd be great. She was, and it's totally a perspective we don't have, but she was super chill. Her name is Morgan. So shout out to Morgan. And she was like, yeah, I feel like, he's just trying to be, I was like, are you like a big Wes Anderson fan? Cause we can't find any.
Not a one.
And even she was kind of like, not really. I get what he is.
Had she seen the Phoenician Scheme?
She had not seen the Phoenician Scheme. But I think I can get her to. But she does. She knows who he is, and kind of what he's about. So anyway, we were getting into the difference between like Hollywood. Like she doesn't want to make movies like that. She, I was like, some more indie film, and I was like, yeah, did you see Sacramento? Because indie films are definitely hard for me to really jump.
Is that
on
what
the
she said?
bandwagon.
She wants to do indie films?
She said she doesn't. She said that by default. She was like, I'm not here to. I'm not looking to make my goal. Her goal is not to make big budget movies in Hollywood. But she also said that has more to do with what Hollywood is. More and also keep in mind, and we could ask her this if we talked to her. She comes from a Christian family, so maybe part of it is she doesn't want to be around the cesspool that is Hollywood. But she's really good person to talk to about movies. So it was really good to talk to someone who actually is a film student, because you and I aren't. And it was just interesting.
What's the last movie? Did you ask her the last movie she saw?
No, I didn't ask her a lot of these questions, but we could have her on because
you didn't do a full interview right there.
We talked about, what did we talk about? We talked about a lot. Oh, she really likes vampires and the goth stuff. So she loved Nosferatu. We talked about Nosferatu.
Interesting.
And it was interesting because I told her, I said, let me pull up my review of that. Because I did a review. Spoiler, I don't do reviews on every movie. I don't have that kind of time. So there was a pretty big gap, actually. When I looked back at my reviews, I'm like, crap, I need to do some more reviews because I haven't been doing a lot. So I did F1. Go check that out, guys. But I was reading my Nosferatu review to her. And I was like, yeah, overall, it was actually better than we expected it to be. But
Christian fell asleep.
But she was explaining what it's all about and the sexuality repression stuff and things that you and I as men, we're not going to get that out of it in the way she would, because it's not about us. It's about a woman, So I was like, interesting. So yeah, I was like, see, this is the type of content we can't provide, because now we could say we don't get it, and it would be really funny when she's done explaining it. But anyway, it was fun. I enjoyed it. So it's not a what stinks this week. It's a what's cool this week. I really love that.
By the way, can you guess what Robert Eggers' next movie is going to be?
Let's see. You're going to have to give me a hint.
I don't know why everybody keeps... I don't know why this movie's been redone this many times, because it's
Is he going to do Frankenstein?
No.
Okay. Addams Family?
No. You're on the right...
Am I on the right track?
Frankenstein.
There's too many to go through, so just hit
Werewolf.
Me. Oh, not the one that we saw previews for last year.
No, another one. And he's going to do it in the same type of setting as Nosferatu. So I'm like, Jesus Christ, bro. Well, I'm skipping that one. Yeah. I don't understand why people keep trying to do the werewolf. It looks shitty whether you do it practically or CGI. Either way, it looks it looks stupid. I don't get it.
The best werewolf I've ever seen is the Michael Jackson Thriller video. It's the best one I've ever seen.
That's saying something.
Yeah,
that's a statement.
That's a statement. Have you seen it?
No. Yeah.
You haven't seen it?
The Thriller video? Yeah.
Dude, he turns into a werewolf.
Yeah, at the end,
beginning,
right?
At the beginning. And then he's
that
chasing
at the
her.
end.
No, at the beginning and the end. Remember, they come out of the movie theater, Michael Jackson and his date, and then she turns to look at him when they get in the forest, and he turns into a werewolf, and she takes off.
That spooked you out, didn't it?
Dude, I was 4 years old. I was scared shitless.
Only fucking 4? Holy shit.
Dude, that video came out. Yeah, Thriller video
so
released.
Fucking old.
It's so old, dude. Came out in 1983, dude. I was actually 1. I wasn't even born yet. No, I was half born. Half born? I was 6 months old.
Half blood.
I said half blood prince. Yeah, we're getting off track here. So yeah, but I do think
just your arms out.
I do think that when we looked back at Nosferatu, when I was talking to her about it, rereading my review, I was like, we didn't hate it. There was just, so I think in terms of how it was made, it was fine. It was actually just more like the overall plot was just not for me, really. And, she kind of explained why maybe that was the case.
Yeah. I just thought it was boring overall.
Yeah. And I think that's the point. It just wasn't.
But, that I do like, what's the setting? Victorian? Is that the word I'm looking for?
This is why we need her on the show.
Old Victorian? I think old Victorian. Like
it's called, I don't think it's Victorian. It is
not Victorian, right?
Nosferatu period time name. I can't even type.
Well, whatever the fuck that is, it's hit or miss for me.
It's called Transylvania.
Yeah. Whatever that is. That is
what I totally typed this in wrong. Era is Nosferatu set in. That's what I should have. It's been a long day. Sorry, guys. This is terrible podcasting. It doesn't even answer me. Oh, is the Nosferatu set in the Victorian era?
Yeah, Victorian.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Victorian era. It's very hit or fucking miss for me.
Yeah, I like it because there's cool costumes, but they have to be done right. Otherwise, it looks stupid.
Yeah, it's either, I don't know. I feel like more times than not that if it's Victorian era, it's going to be a nap for me. There's going to be a nap involved.
I did get into
immediately.
We couldn't see half of the movie, which then led into have you seen
in a dark movie theater?
In a dark movie theater. And then I said, and have you seen any Clint Eastwood movies? And she was like, I actually haven't. I was like, well, you won't be able to because you won't be able to see anything when you watch it at home.
Who is this broad? She has never seen.
Well, she's really young.
Good on her. Oh, yeah.
Well, she's just really young. She's only 20. I think she's only 20. So we're old, dude.
I would like to know what her favorite movie is.
We'll get her on. I think it should be a great interview, just to talk shop. So
yeah. All right.
Awesome. Well, all right. Well, we're an hour and 17. It was great talking to you. Pickleball invite.
Yeah. Are we gonna play in the public? Because I can only get you in. I can't get 4 people in. What are we doing here?
Well, it has to be doubles. Is that what you're saying?
Doesn't have to be doubles.
Well, just however you get me into. I mean, you just get me into the club.
All right,
and then we'll team up with whoever. I need to practice first. I haven't played in forever. I don't even know the rules.
Well, yeah, next
week
dry
run.
Yeah, next week we'll. Well, the thing is, like, once I bring you, you can't come back for 90 days, which is so fucking stupid. But maybe they'll make an exception for me because I'm an employee.
Because you're a manager now, bro.
Yeah,
maybe you could just walk me in there. You don't even need a pass.
Honestly, yeah, I don't. I think it would probably be cool. But yeah, I'll figure it out.
You figure it out. I don't want to get bounced and banned like that kid from the Chicago White Sox.
No, I don't think it's going to be a big deal, especially if we're just playing pickleball. Like, we're not fucking. It's not like you're going and using the equipment and shit.
No. All right, let me know. Hey.
Yeah, I will. It'll be fun.
Follow us, thescreengods.com, everybody. All of our socials are at the bottom of the site, so easy. Thescreengods.com.
Villanueva.
All right, this guy's got Tourette's. All right. All right, follow us, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, X, the everything app. Christian hasn't posted ever.
It's all happening on X.
Sunday.
I got my best people on it.
Yeah. All right, everybody.
All right, see you next week.
See you later, brother. Love you.